Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Philippines. Good evening, world. Xin chào, Vietnam. Welcome to another live session series of Sash Factor. I'm your host, Carl Capelan. I know, just like me, you are very excited because we are going to have the very dashing, the debonair, the very handsome, the well mannered, the well loved, the very charismatic national director of Miss Universe Vietnam and the winner of Sash Factor's Best National Director for 2021. Without further ado, I present to you the very handsome Sir Henry.
Hi, Carl, and hi, all the audience from SAS Partners. That is my honor to be here today, and I'm so grateful and so happy and so excited to meet and to share with you Mabuhay Philippines.
Thank you, sir. We are so excited. I know I'm not the only one excited to have you right now, and currently I'm losing words because I mean we are really very excited to meet you right now. Thank you for the time and the space that you provided for us, Sir Henry. And we know that
That's my
you're very
honor.
busy. Oh, thank you so much. We really deeply appreciate your presence right now. Before we
Yeah,
start, sir, as I've mentioned to you in the backstage, there are a lot of Filipino fans waiting for you
mhm.
tonight. So, for the
Yeah.
benefit of our Filipino fans, please say hi to each and every one of them.
Mabuhay Philippines. Xin chào. It means xin chào. It means hellos in so I'm very excited. I'm telling my team that I'm very excited for the live. I have a lot of friends in Philippines, and I have a lot of like people, my friends on social media. They chatting to me and very excited to see me today. And I'm so grateful that I have a chance to meet with you. And I hope that we will have a very great talk together. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Oh my God, this moment I can't hide me fanboying right now. Talaga, it's really in Tagalog nakakakilig. It's nakakakilig to be with you tonight, sir.
Yeah.
My first question to you is, please describe yourself to us in three adjectives. When we mention
Oh.
Henry, what are the three adjectives that would best describe you?
Okay, so I think that is three keywords. The
Yes,
first
that's
one I
correct.
think is the first one I think is determination. So I'm the kind of person when I set my goals and I set my objective. I also always trying very hard and I working very hard to achieve my goals. I'm very result oriented, and it helped me to overcome any challenge and difficulties I met, and and it keep me moving forward, whatever I met, obstacle I met. The second one I think is that is my calmness. So I think that's a good skill of managing your own emotion and keep yourself very calm and your mind very clear so that you can moving forward with a clear mind and you know exactly what you need and what you want in your life. And the third one, I think introvert. Many
Hmm.
people think that I'm an extrovert. I'm very outgoing. I'm socialized. But actually, I think I'm more introvert than extrovert because I spend more time with myself. I'm recharge myself, and despite that I can go out a lot and I can socialize a lot, I prefer spending time alone at my house, reading book, spending time listening to music, and that's why I think I'm more an introvert.
All right. What I hear from you are three things. You're determined, you're calm, and you're
Mhm.
introvert. I'm just curious. Let me zero in an introvert. So, being an introvert, how do you feel about the attention and the love being showered to you by people all over the world and from the Philippines, most especially?
Oh, actually, it's a little bit strange to me at the first time. And I told my teams like I would prefer to be at the backstage. I'm not kind of like want to showing out a lot or sharing too much about myself. Is because I love like being behind someone else for a star making process more than talking about myself. But when I have to, I think that's I always try my best to do what good for my job, for my work, and I think it's as a leader of the companies and the leader of the organizations, I have to be more outgoing and socialize, and I think that's the skill I need for work and be professional.
All right. Well, I'm very happy, sir, that even though you are introvert, you went out of your way to go out of your introverted self to talk to us today. And I know a lot of people would want to be in my position right now interviewing you. So on behalf of Sash Factor and our co-owner, Brix Vera, we would like to thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Sash Factor. That's my honor. That's my pleasure.
My next question to you, sir, is if you don't mind me asking, how young are you?
Oh, I'm 30 years old.
Oh, what? Oh my God, 30 years old, and yet already you are the national director of Miss Universe Vietnam. That's an achievement. Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Now, since you're very accomplished and very successful at a very young age, let's talk about your childhood. So please describe to us your childhood, Sir Henry.
Oh, talking about my childhood, I remember when I was 5 years old, my parents went bankrupt, and we had to move out of our house. We sold our house, and we moved out of our hometowns to move to another province so that my father can get a new job. And despite that, we have a very humble living condition. What I remember about my childhood is that my parents are trying very hard. They're working very hard to make sure that their children have the adequate education and have a decent life. They have 7 children. I have 5 older brothers and 1 older sister. So I'm the youngest one. And at that time, my parents working very hard to make sure that all of their 7 children can go to school. And getting make and miss and get a tutor fees is something very difficult. But everything I remember about my family and my childhood is very vivid and very memorable. That's full of laughter and full of great memory. So I'm thinking I'm very happy to have a great family.
All right. Thank you. Well, it's a very inspiring story, and thank you for letting us know that you did not have it easy when you were a child. But did this experience help you become the successful man that you are tonight? The man that we are talking to tonight?
Yeah. So after that, when I was at around 12 years old, my parents moved back to my hometown. But thing is not getting better. And my teenagers comes I remember me and my mom, we have to stay in a rental room, which is around 15 square meters. It's very small, and I share my space with my moms, and we living together while my dad need to work remotely, and he just come home 2 or 3 months at times to visit us. So he need to work remote to save the money for me for tutor fees and for my university life. And at that time, I spent a lot of time in the library, because my house is so small. So I spent a lot of time in the library reading book and studying. And I think that time changed me a lot. I understand how hard it is for me and for my parents when we didn't have enough education. And I think that time changed in my life. And I want to make it better for my parents. I want to take care of them, to giving them a better living condition. That's why I try very hard and always ranking the top student of the school and at the university and getting promotion very, very fast, so that I can, and I very proud I can care of my family.
All right. Well, I'm very happy that you're able to leverage an education. This is a very poignant message right now to everyone that really the passport to a good life is a good education, and you were able to demonstrate to everyone that education would really change our lives. So thank you for also giving us a glimpse of your teenage and college life and letting us know that you graduated from college with honors. And it helped you make becomes. I know this is too late, but we congratulate you, sir, for doing a job well done.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Your fans would like to know, please describe to us a typical day of Henry? How does Henry's typical day look like?
Okay. So you mean the typical days before the
A
pandemic,
normal day.
during the pandemic,
Yes.
or
Yes.
at the new normal?
Oh,
Because
that's a good question. Let's qualify that, sir.
yeah, because that during the pandemic it's like all of us have to be locked down at home, and I spent almost 4 months staying at home. It's like 100% staying at home, and it's a kind of like a new experience to all of us, right? I wake up, and normally I will have a cup of coffee. I don't usually have breakfast, but I always need a cup of coffee in the morning to make me awake. And after that I work like continuously, like 8 or 10 or even 12 hours. I normally will end my work at 7 or 8 p.m. or even later. But after that, I always trying to manage to have an 1 hour session of exercise. And then I will spend the rest of the day with a glass of wine and watching my favorite TV series, or reading a chapter of book. I love reading book.
Wow.
Normally when it's not locked down, when we have to stay at home like that, I love spending time with my friends. So we will gather in at my house or their house to have dinner together, or we can go out for a night lounge. Or at the weekend, we normally will go some outdoor activity like mountain climbing, or hiking or trekking.
All right. Thank you for giving us a glimpse of how a typical day is like for you pre and during pandemic. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for painting us a picture on that.
yeah.
And we can only imagine your friends are very lucky to spend some time with you, I must say. So I guess
Mhm.
a lot of people are envy with them. All right.
You can join me when you come to Vietnam. I will show you
Oh,
around when you come to Vietnam.
oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I have yet to go
Yeah,
to Vietnam. And if I ever go to Vietnam after pandemic, I would definitely reach out to you, sir. I will hold on
yeah.
to that promise.
I
Thank you
I
so
will be
much.
your tour guys, free tour guys.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Oh, my
Hmm.
next question to you is: at the tender age of 30, you're already successful. I'm just curious.
Hmm.
Aside from Miss Universe Vietnam, are there
Hmm.
any other businesses that you handle or you dabble with? And please share with us those other businesses that you are currently working
Yeah.
on.
Okay, so you mean any business, other business that I work with, or I
Y-
have invested in, right?
yes,
So
sir.
actually, I
Your
have
portfolio.
like I have some different experience with different business, and I quite tried some different fields, and I failed a lot. Like
Oh,
I used to invest some in fashions, and it's not turned out very well. I used to invest on cosmetic also, but it's not going very well. And right now, I invest in a restaurant. I want to open a restaurant in Dalat. It's a highland cities. But the pandemic comes, and we have to delay our plan. So I hope that at the end of this year, when everything getting better, I can reopen it again, and I can welcome all of you to my restaurant.
oh, definitely. Personally, I love eating pho.
Yeah,
So and Vietnamese spring rolls. So I definitely look forward after this pandemic. If you're once your
okay,
business is open, we will definitely storm we
yeah.
will definitely storm your restaurant and look for you personally.
Okay, you will be the special guest of my restaurant, I'm sure, when you come to Vietnam.
Our Sash Factor would be very honored to visit your restaurant in the nearest future.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
God would allow it soon. Would allow it soon as
Hmm.
possible time. Definitely, and thank you for being vulnerable, sir. Henry, it's not difficult to tell in front of people that you have dabbled with certain businesses and you failed.
Yeah, yeah,
But the thing there is some people are afraid to even start at all. So you're showing us that hey, don't be afraid. Look at Sir Henry. He started with
yeah,
his business with other businesses. He failed, but he's still moving on. He's still going on
yeah.
despite the pandemic.
Because
What
I
keeps
think
you? Sorry, go ahead.
Mhm. Because I
Sorry, go
think the
ahead, sir.
only way that the only way that we don't have failure is that we don't do. So if we want to have achievement, we need to experience the failure. and we need to learn from it, take the lessons from it, and stand up and do it again until you
All right.
success.
I agree because to success is failure turned inside out. So as you mentioned,
Yeah,
you learn from the failures, you move on, and those takeaways will help you become successful on your next endeavor, on your next venture. Um,
yeah.
I want to ask you this. You are the national director of Miss Universe Vietnam. Take us back to your oldest memory of beauty pageants.
Oh, so I remember when in 2008. You remember this year? This year we host the
Yes,
Miss Universe in Vietnam,
yes, yes.
and the whole city in Nha Trang.
Chang, yeah.
Yeah, and Nha Trang in my hometowns.
Wow.
So it's like when I was like 17 years old, I'm a teenager. And because hosting Miss Universe is a big thing, and is it all over the place? Like everybody talking about we hosting the Miss Universe. Like when I come to school, when I come back to family, all of my friends, my brothers, they are discussing about all the beautiful girls over the world that come into Vietnam. And I remember watching the show, the final show, like the phenomenon performance of Lady Gaga's,
Lady
and the
Gaga.
yeah, the song is so phenomenal, and also the legendary crowning moments of Diana Mendoza. I think she's
Mendoza.
one of the most beautiful Miss Universe ever. And watching the show as a teenager, as just an audience, I never imagined one day I will be a part of the teams. I and 10 years later, I be a part of the team, and even like being a part of the deal that bringing it back to Vietnam again. So it's I'm so happy thinking about it.
All right. Thank you. I have yet to personally watch a pageant in Vietnam. So could you please describe to us how a national pageant or how the national pageant in Vietnam looks like? Or what's the setup? Or how is it broadcasted?
Yeah. So in Vietnam, a beauty pageant like a national beauty pageant like Miss Universe or Miss World Vietnam is something is a national event. Everybody love watching it. So normally we will broadcast it on VTV, at the national channels. So that I think the rating is quite high. It's like everybody love watching the beauty pageants. And also like because that we organize it like 2 years at times. Like we not organize it annually, but 2 years. Yeah. That's why normally it will take more times. It will take longer for the process.
Mm.
From the casting round, we have a reality show. We filmed a reality show for a month and broadcast it into 10 different episodes. And then we have the semi-final show and the final show. So typically it will last 3 or 4 months or even longer. For example, this year, because during the pandemic, we have to delay the timelines of the show. So actually, at this time, we plan to have done the casting, but right now we have to delay it into like next year, I think.
Okay. Well, it's understandable because given the pandemic situation and health protocols that we need to
Yeah,
follow, I think
yeah,
it's a wise decision uh, to
hmm
postpone it on a later date when things hopefully get better.
yeah. So
All right.
we are having different plan. We are different plan P for that when the pandemic is over. So we will start right immediate after we open from the COVID-19.
All right. Well, I'm surprised to know. Thank you for letting us know. I never knew this that it's a biannual event, meaning it's every 3 years.
Yeah,
That's the reason why it takes longer.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and thank you for shedding us light. This is interesting. I have heard of other countries wherein they elect the winner a year in advance, but I never have encountered until now, or I never knew rather that we it's a biannual thing in Vietnam. So thank you for letting
Yeah,
us know. All right.
yeah. That's
My
the
next question.
regulation in Vietnam. That's the
Oh,
regulation in
oh,
Vietnam because that before 2021, the regulations like we just can have it like 2 years at times. We can't do it annually. That a
Mm.
regulation for the national pageant. But things would be more open after 2021. Like a new regulation has been released, and right now we can make it annually, and I'm considering make it annually because it's better if we can choose the representative like annually.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So my next question to you is, how did you become, if you don't mind us asking, we're curious, how did you become the national director of Miss Universe Vietnam at a very young age?
Oh, I think that's in my destiny to be a part of beauty pageant industry. So that would be a quite a long story. When I was a student in 2011, I think. So I become a part of the teams of contestant manager for Miss Ethnic Vietnam in
Okay.
2011, around 10 years ago. That was just a part-time job, but I really like the way that they organize everything. Um, and I think that I would like, after I graduate, I want to be joining the industry of event and productions. That's why after graduation, I decided to join BHD. That's a big production house in Vietnam that producing a lot of different reality show like Vietnam Idols, Amazing Race, or Got Talents. And also in 2014, we produced a show named Miss World Vietnam.
Oh,
That's the first reality show of beauty pageant in Vietnam to find a candidate for Miss World, Miss International, and Miss Supranational. And that's quite success in Vietnam in 2014. We got a top 11 of Miss World and the third runner up of Miss International this year. So at this edition, I in charge of BN and communication, but it's also give me the chance to work with a lot of different mentor and coach from Philippines. I remember like there are teams of 5 Philippine coach come to Vietnam to have us to train the contestant, and
oh,
I was in charge. I was the coordinators of the teams, so I work with them. So I learned from them a lot. Like we become friends until now. Some of them I still invite or get advice from them to train in the contestant of Miss Universe right now. So after this year, I got an invitation from Miss Universe Vietnam in 2007. 2017, I got an invitation to join the Miss Universe Vietnam teams as a consultant for their BM marketing. And I told my former boss, she's the former national director of Vietnam at that time. So I told her that if I in charge of marketing and communication, I will not only in charge of the process of releasing everything now. I need to be involved in the process of making everything. It means that I will need to control the product. I will need to be involved of production, the content production, the image production, everything else, so that I make sure that the product that we deliver to the market, to the audience, is the best product we can have.
yes.
So that helped me to reconstruct everything, and I assemble everything together to deliver the best season at that time. So the 2017 edition is quite success. We have a huge success reality show, and this year we crowning her Henie the top 5 Miss Universe and Hoàng Thuy top 20 Miss Universe in 2019. And after I being the consultant of Miss Universe Vietnam in 2017, they invited me to be the managing director at the Asia of 26. It's quite young, I know. So the that I have the expertise in BI communication and productions. I don't have so much expertise in talent management and yeah, in talent management. So that's why I spent like 6 months learning a lot of different expertise to work with people, to work with human, to in charge of talent management. And we initiate a platform called Road to Miss Universe. Like, yeah, we trying to assemble everything into a package of how we can train in a candidate, a representative to send to Miss Universe. And I prove it with the success of her Henie in 2018. And that's what the time I become the managing director of the companies. And after that, because that my former national director, she wanted to step back to take care of her family, and she asked me to help her to take in charge of everything. So yeah, since 2018, become the national director. Actually, on paper, the former national director is still the official one. I'm the nominee one.
Oh, okay. But still,
Yeah.
thank you so much. It's like a fairy tale. Listening to your story is like a fairy tale. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing with us your rise
Yeah.
to success, and it's a very inspiring story
Yeah.
for everyone. At the tender age of 26, you're already getting leadership roles. So my next question to you is, being a CEO and having doing the ropes, what do you think are the key competencies needed to be a national director? Or top three, that is, national competencies of being a national director for any beauty pageant organization?
So I think first of all, we need I told you before, one of my personalities is that determination. So I bring that personality into the way I work. Determination is mean that you need to be very goal and result oriented. You need to always like looking for a right solution for everything. And by looking for a solution, you need to listen to the other. You need to listen to the other staff, to the other college, to listen to the audience, to listen for feedback and comments from the other, and you always know what you need to do to reach your goal. So determination and listen. The third one, I think, people at this industry need to have a sense of human. It means that you need to know how to work with people, because every day we need to deal with a lot of different things, different problems raising from different people, internal and external. You need to deal with the problems of talents of your representative. They may have some concern that you need to listen to and you need to deal with. You need to deal with the internally matter, like with your teams and among the different teams, and also like the external resources. So I think that the sense that the sensation that you have to have the sense of human to work in that industry. So yeah, that's three things. Firstly, determinations. Secondly, like a good listener. Being a good listener is mean that you need to listen and you need to choose what you need to listen and how you can get the constructive feedback from that. And the third one is getting the sense of human.
All right. Thank you so much. What resonates to me is that you're not only a very good CEO, but you have also effective listening, and you also have empathy, which is very important. Interpersonal skills, empathy, especially now that we are in the pandemic, wherein mental health and mental health is very important. So you really have to be empathetic to your people, maybe your subordinates or your one ups. Thank you for sharing that. This is a very interesting, and this is a very eye opening conversation, especially those who would like to pursue pageantry in a leadership sense. Thank you so much for that. Now, my next question to you is: now that we're into the pandemic, what do you think are the challenges you're experiencing as a national director or the organization as a whole?
Yeah. So I think during the pandemic is always like more difficult for us to connect with each other. Like even that we can connect via Zoom or Teams or whatever kinds of connection, but it's not the real connection. It's not like I mean the direct connection between a conversation face to face. And sometimes it leads to some misunderstanding, and sometimes lack of empathy can cause a lot of different problems. It doesn't count like the way that we manage our mental health also. So I mean, the most important things and the most important problem during that seasons, that times, is that how we can manage and how we can have a good mental health and how we can listen to the other, have a good empathy, to have the real connection by understanding the other difficulties. by that I mean like why when I working with my my representative this year, she has to spend a lot of time training online. So I told her that you are like a Miss Universe Vietnam online because you have to do everything online. Since the time that you crowned in a Miss Universe Vietnam 2021, you have to train like interview, catwalks, exercise, even exercise. She have to train it with her with a coach via Zoom. But I think yeah, during the time we even it's very difficult for us. It's a challenge, but we need to find a way. We need to find a solution. We need to find a positive energy to overcome everything, and by that, it will foster. It will help us to have a stronger mind and become stronger after the pandemic, I think.
All right. So what I hear from
Yeah.
you are mental tenacity, the a strong mind, and
Mm-hmm.
empathy is of course being empathetic to the needs of the candidate you're sending.
Yeah.
Thank you so much Doctor,
Yeah.
for that for those explanation. My
Mm-hmm.
next question to you would be: you see, for the last years, Miss Universe Vietnam has been doing great, doing well in Miss
Yeah.
Universe. So,
Mm-hmm.
who are the people helping you out achieving these successes on behalf of the organization?
Oh, I think that's all like the member of my teams. They are very supportive. They are very dedicated. They're passionate about beauty pageants and working together. Very like work very hard to make sure that our representative have her best preparation before the contest, before the competition. I think I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't make it this far without my teams. They're very there's a lot of them is like working with the organizations before me. Like some of them have worked for Miss Universe 2008 and they are still working until now. So it's more than 10 year experience, and they always getting all the experience and dedication to contribute for the success of each of our candidates that we send to Miss Universe.
All right.
So by that last stream, I want to say thank you to my teams. Um, I'm so grateful to have you, and thank you for always being with me to support me and support our candidate to Miss Universe.
Terrific. As they say, behind a strong national director is a strong team. So thank you
Yeah,
for helping uh, Sir Henry out. Let's move on to the next question. My next question to you is: you see, Kanvan has been commended for her styling during
yeah,
Miss Universe competition. So,
uh-huh.
take us to the process wherein who decides about her daily outfits, national costume, and an
Yeah,
evening gown. Take us through the
hmm,
decision making process of choosing those outfits.
yeah. So the process of choosing everything, I have one principle that we always have to have at least three options. We always have at least three options for us to choose the best one. For the daily outfits, we have a stylish team to work in like gathering like different like more than 200 designs for our daily outfit, and we select from that to have like the best 70s or 80s costume that we want to bring to Miss Universe. For the more important things like national costume and the evening gowns, we normally will get in the feedback from the audience. Like for the national custom, we will have a separate competition for the designer to submit their design for national custom, and each year again like we having a lot of designer join the competition to be in a part of making the national custom for our representative. And for the evening gowns, it normally we were working with a top designer in Vietnam. So each year we were working with different designer, but like normally I will keep it confidential until the time that we come to the stage. But after last year, a lot of audience like they told us that they don't want to be like they want to know it before the competition. So I'm thinking, I'm considering that should I release it before, because I'm always trying to listen to our audience, because I think that's the feedback from the fans is very important for organization. So listen to them, listen to their feedback. I think that this year it will be a little bit different. We may release it before the competition to get in more feedback and more comment from the fans, because I think when you join a competition, global competition, it's very important that you get the support from the audience, the community. And that's why, like, I always want to listen to what they want, how they feel, and if they want something to be better, what is the. So yeah, so this year I promise that I will release it before the competition.
Thank you. You know what I like about you is that you're very consultative. I mean, you take feedback seriously and you take input seriously because, I mean, as a national director, you can always say, no, we will not show it. But you're
Yeah,
taking into consideration the suggestions and you're
yeah,
really giving it much thought. And that tells something about you as a leader of an organization. So, yeah, thank
mhm.
you. So I believe the Miss Universe Vietnam fans will be very happy with that. Um, so
Thank
far, my
you.
next question to you, you're most welcome. My next question to you is, what do you think is so far up to this day? Do you think is your greatest achievement as a national director?
Um, that would be a tough question. I think, like, back to 4 years ago, like in 2017, we have sent 10 different delegates to Miss Universe, and we just have like one times into the semi-finalists in 2008 when we are the host country. So in 2017, we still think that is our approach. Getting into the semi-finalists is something very far. It is not achievable goals for us. But since 2018, since 2018, things changed. Starting with Hania, we have top 5. With Hoàng Thủy, we have top 20, and we have top 21. So we have 3 years continuously get into the top. And I know that the expectation of the fans is growing. So from a country that never, like, barely make it into the semi-final tops, we make it 3 continuous years, and the community, the audience are expecting more. So we're raising the bar, we foster the game, and we're getting more attention about beauty pageant in Vietnam. We have more fans, more supporter for the beauty pageant community in Vietnam, getting more attention and also raising the bar. So I
All
think
right.
we're proud of that, and I'm trying very hard, and we are trying very hard to make sure that we are getting on the right track, and getting like more and more achievement even higher for Vietnam.
All right. What I hear from you is raising the bar. Well, in a corporate setting, we normally use raising the bar. It's like when you achieve a certain benchmark, you raise it up. You raise your
Yeah,
expectations, you raise your
yeah,
goals. It's not every day that we translate raising the bar from a corporate setting to a pageantry setting. So it really is evident now I'm talking to a CEO, and for those who are listening, listen to Sir Henry right now, because you are going to learn a lot in pageantry and in leadership alike.
yeah.
Um, my next question to you is: Can you please describe to us how you choose your Miss Universe Vietnam winners, and also clear out some confusions on assigning the runner-up roles, which may
Yeah,
become confusing for some pageant fans, especially for people who are not from Vietnam.
yeah. As I told you before, like before 2020s, we follow the regulation that a national beauty pageants must be held like 2 years at times. So we can't make it annually. So it means that each time we conduct a beauty pageants, we need to choose 2 representatives. As you can see, in 2017, we choose a winner for this year and the first runner up for next year. So that let's see how time trending. And but everything changed since this year, because we got a new regulation that allow us to have more beauty pageant. Before that, we got the limitation of how many beauty pageant can conduct a year, just 2 national beauty pageant a year, and a national beauty pageant can't conduct like annually. We need to skip a year and happen like make it like next year. So but since 2021, I'm trying to make it annually so that we can choose the winner, and the only winner will come to Miss Universe.
All right. Thank you for clearing
Yeah.
up the air. So again, guys, it's the reason being is because before it's a biannual show, so the winner and the first runner up would take turns,
Yeah.
respectfully. And but now, with the way things are going, Sir Henry is telling us that they are looking into making it a yearly
Yeah.
competition. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This year you accompanied Kanvan, Nguyen
Yeah.
Kanvan to Miss Universe. And
Yeah.
because of which you have gained a lot of attention. You have gained popularity because there were
Yeah.
interviews wherein you're part of it. So tell us
Mm-hmm.
about the experience. How does the experience of accompanying Kanvan into Miss
Mm-hmm.
Universe change your life?
Yeah, as a national director, I always want to accompany my candidate, my delegate to Miss Universe. So actually, I have accompanied her Henie to Miss Universe 2022 in Thailand. But at this time, I didn't fly with her. I fly another flight after her Henie. So I think that's why I didn't get much of attention in 2018, but it's thing changed in 2020. Um, so I think like the last experience with Kanpeng in US is very special to me. It's not only because that I get a lot of attention and follower on social
Attention.
media, and thank you for that. But also because that when I been with Veng at Miss Universe from the very beginning to the end, I learned a lot. I learned the way that they conduct a beauty pageant during the pandemic. I learned from the profession of Miss Universe organizations. I have a chance to meet with the VB and the teams of Miss Universe also. We had discussed a lot of things, and I learned from the experience of them. I also like met with the other national director from the other country like Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, a lot of different teams, and they are all amazing people. We even have a group chat of national director talking. We sharing tips and advice to each other. And I'm the younger brother of that family, and I'm so happy for that. Um, the last thing I think, like when you are being at the stage of Miss Universe, you feel the heat. You feel the heat,
Yeah.
and it like the reheat discussion about beauty pageant industry, and you it's like lighten you, and you know that you are getting on the right track. And um, watching the show directly from the stage give me the experience of not only like how to produce how for the production, but also like for the criteria to choose the best candidate, like what is Miss Universe organization is looking for, what persons would be fit to be the next role models of young women, and how to choose the right person to be represent Vietnam. So I think I would apply on the experience, like right after the fight, I have a 1 hour meeting with my teams to tell them on the experience I get. And I think that we should make things better. We should improve something for this year and for next year and for the year later.
All right. Wow. I cannot imagine a very introverted person like you having the energy and yeah, the energy to interact with the other national directors to learn from them.
Yeah,
Being an
yeah,
introvert, it's not natural, but wearing your leadership hat that takes over, and you would really have
yeah.
to interact and socialize with those. So my next question with regard to that is, what is your greatest takeaway from this experience in 2020 Miss Universe? That's something that you're comfortable sharing with us.
Um, I think when I watching the show, I think like the most important takeout is like the changing in the beauty standards. So it means that there is no fit standards about being beauty, being like the Miss Universe. It's not about how tall are you, how weight are you, how like the very stereotype type of body or type of beauty. Is it about the various beauty, and being Miss Universe also being that you need to be a spokesperson. You need to be confident about who you are, and you need to know how to tell your story, as well as to inspire the other woman, to empower empower yourself and empower the other woman too. So I think I have more clues about the criteria we should apply to find out the best candidate for Miss Universe.
I'm happy to know that, I mean, you are slowly but surely getting the formula for Miss Universe. Of course, that's a trade secret because that is going to work for the benefit of Miss Universe Vietnam organization. But again, that shows you as a thinking CEO, as a thinking national director. You analyze the situation, and you take away the positives from it, and you move forward and you apply it. Let's zero in with the current winner, Kim Yu Yin. Tell us about the decision of choosing her to represent the country, Vietnam, for this year.
Okay, so I met Yuen in 2014. I told you before that I produced a reality show in 2014, Miss World Vietnam, and she is one of the contestants. At that time, she was just only like 18 years old. She's very naive. And she young and she naive. That is the first competition that she joined, and after 5 years, I think, 5 years, I met her at the casting round of Miss Universe Vietnam, and she totally different. She totally different, like the way she look, the way she walk, the way she talk, and the way she share her story. I think she would be someone. She would be like, I can see the halo from her, even though that she's and I think Yunzi, like, she's a very energetic person who everyone would love to work with. She's very a good listener. She listens to the other opinion, and she also very result oriented. She can overcome the negative energy, and she can make it into her motivation to moving forward. And I think Yunzi are very good role models for the youth, because that the way that she never giving up on what she want to achieve. And during the last 4 months, after Vân come back from Miss Universe, the 69th Miss Universe, Yuen have like foster her preparation to Miss Universe. She have 4 months of hectic schedule of training with different coach, and I think she's improved a lot. She have improved a lot, and I hope that she will make something in this edition of Miss Universe. Let's wait and see.
All right. You mentioned to us that in 20, you first met her in 2014. That now you met her. Now there's a change. It's like there's a halo.
Yeah.
Like she has her own ring light. It's like she's glowing. What made you feel that she's the one, aside from that feeling that she gave you when you saw her again?
I think that's her honesty. She come from the south, the southwest of Vietnam, and there's like, people always say that the people come from that area is very like straightforward. They honest, they straightforward. They say what they think, they do what they think. And Yuen is a very like typical kind of that person. It's very easy and great to work with her. She always share with us what she wants, and how she wants, and the way that she wants everything to be improved. And I think it's like, see the energy that we are looking for at a beauty queen and as a role model. So that's the most important thing. Like, it's no matter like who you are, where you come from, and what is your like starting point. The matter is that like how you improve yourself and becomes the best version of yourself.
Oh,
and I think yeah, Yingzi is a good example of that.
I feel based on what you mentioned, I think what you saw in her is her character and how it shines
Yeah,
through, and you feel that that's the thing that would make her win or stand out in this current
yeah,
edition in Miss Universe. So that
hmm,
leads me to my next question: how are her preparations going?
yeah,
I know you mentioned earlier she's doing virtual trainings right now, and
hmm.
my next question to you is: how ready do you think is she? How prepared is she at this point in time?
Um, I could review something like today we are filming the opening of Road to Miss Universe. So
Okay.
I just come back from studio. So she's filming some scenes for the opening of the Miss Universe of the Road to Miss Universe. She is filing the we are finalizing the choosings of national custom. Actually, we have some option and going into like I will announce the national custom very soon, and also we are choosing different like design for the final gowns, and next the upcoming months we will film in the reality show, the Road to Miss Universe reality shows. And during the last 4 months, he have a lot of different training with a lot of different coach. She wake up at around like 6 a.m. every day and have 2 hours of doing exercise with her physical coach, and after that she have a series of training with different coach to make sure that she will be like the best package before she come to Miss Universe. And I can see that doing she improving herself and she get the energy that we want to compete at this competition.
All right. My question to you is: are you ready to go to Israel? Are you flying to Israel as well? Have you packed your bags already?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think like I always want to accompany my candidate. The only times that I can come is in Atlanta in 2019 with Hoàng Thủy, because at this
Oh,
time we that's the schedule is like we schedule the final show of Miss Universe Vietnam, and it's like the same day with Miss Universe
oh,
Global. Yeah. So I'm so
I
sad I
see.
can't come. Yeah.
I see. That's so sad. But you're making up, and I'm happy to hear that you're ready. How many bags are you bringing to Israel?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. It's up. It's depend on the stylish team, the custom teams. Maybe I don't know. I will review when I know.
All right. Well, we have come to the point where we're about to wrap up this conversation. So we are going to ask you messages.
Hmm.
First off, is what is your message to the current or to the current win for 2020 winner, Han Fan? What is your message for her?
Oh, I think like many other people in our organization and the other fans of Vân, we are very proud of her. I think Vân is a very good example of a girls with warm heart. She always share her life and good energy to any others, and that's what our honor to working with Vân. And I think Vân has make a great journey and she make Vietnamese people proud of her. And also that she's coming to the very last day of her reigning, and I think that she should proud of her journey with Miss Universe Vietnam. Even that 2 years of reigning, she have to face with a lot of difficulties during the pandemic, but she is brave. She working to rescue the children who is the sexual so who has sexual abuse and exploitation. She also working very hard to help the people from from the pandemic, to sharing with the people suffer from pandemic. And I think she got a lot of achievement during her journey, and we are proud of her. So thank you, Vân. And I think that we try to keep up that spirit, and that the way that we share into the others, to sharing that message to Yuying too, because that they are both like the 2 years race is coming to an end, and Yuying are making her responsibility to represent Vietnam at Miss Universe this edition, and I hope that everything she prepare will bring her to a good achievement at that competition.
All right. Thank you for anticipating my next question, which is what is your message for you, Ian? Would you like to add anything further for you, Ian, by any chance?
Oh, actually, I share with you a lot. Like each week we have like 2 sessions sharing with each other. I want to make sure that everything is on the right track for Yuying. So I share with her a lot of different messages. And I just told Yuying that like, keep up the good thing. You are doing great. Every like all the member of our team working with you, as beside you, we are very proud of you, and I think you are doing great. Just keeping the good work, listening to the constructive feedback, and trying to improve yourself, being the best version of yourself, deliver it to the Miss Universe, and prove them that you are deserve it to the crowd.
All right. Currently, right now, with our conversation, I'm very positive and I'm very certain that you have gained a lot of new fans in the Philippines, in Asia, and in the world
Thank you.
based on our conversation, because you were able to demonstrate your leadership skills, your character, and your personality. So, what is your message to the Filipino and international fans?
First, I want to send some message to our fan in Vietnam too, and
Okay.
the global beauty pageant fan, and also the pageant fan in Philippines. I think that's I'm very grateful to working in that industry, and I'm so happy that I was born in Vietnam, and in the Southeast Asian country, we have a lot of attention to the beauty pageant industry. We have a lot of beauty pageant fans, and I understand that we are all support our queen to the global beauty pageants, but it's better that we support them, not bashing them. Like we can support them together. Like because that if we understand that Miss Universe is not only a competition that the women come and compete to each other for the crowd, it's also a platform for women to raise their voice, to making the good influence to the young generation, and to empower them and empower the women with better responsibilities for the community. So I think it's better that we can unite together, and we share the good vibe and share the positive energy to each other. To our fans in Vietnam, I want to say thank you, because like your support mean a lot to our organization, Miss Universe Vietnam, and I think that our representative this year, and for sure the next years need a lot of support from you. I want to say thank you, because last year we got the most voted in the history of Miss Universe, and I
Yes.
think with your support we can make it like further, and we can get more achievement for Miss Universe Vietnam. And to the Filipinos fan, I have a lot of friends in Philippines, and one friend told me is that in Philippines there is no crime at the pageant day, because everybody is like staying at home watching the beauty pageant. I know how much you love the beauty pageant, and really admire your spirit. I admire your queens, and I want to say like Philippines is also I always looking up to the way that Filipinos like do for the beauty pageant industry, to the beauty pageant coach, the beauty pageant queen, and the way that you guys support your representative no matter what. I think that's a great spirit for us to learn from, and I'm so grateful that I have a chance to talk with Sash Factor and with you guys today, and I hope that my journey like interested enough to keep you awake until now. And please stay safe.
Definitely.
And yeah, please stay safe during the pandemic. And I hope you guys will have a good health and a good mental health too.
All right, thank you. So, Sir Henry, just one last question. How do you want,
Mhm.
at the end of it all, how do you want to be remembered?
How do I want to be remembered during that
Yes.
live stream sessions, or um, I want to be remembered as a friend of you. So not as a CEO or someone like a national director. I think I'm a young people, um, a very young people. I'm making value and I learn from it. And I want you to understand and to remember that we all can make value, and we need to make it because that we learn from it. We take the lesson from it, and every time we take a lesson from our failure, we become stronger. So if you remember me, you just remember always losers, but because that I'm a loser, it's make me stronger to become a winner some days.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. As the saying goes, beauty captures the eye, but the character captures the heart. We just presented to you, ladies and gentlemen, the very intelligent, the very determined, the very calm,
Thank
the very
you.
introverted, yet very handsome, very charismatic, and very intelligent businessman, all of which encapsulated in Sir Henry, Sir Wang. Thank you so much on behalf of Sash Factor. Thank you so much for the time and the
Thank you.
space that we provided. Vietnam is very lucky to have a very young and a very forward thinking national leader, and I look forward to see you achieve more success and for you to achieve the first Miss Universe crown for your country. So on behalf of Sash Factory, we thank you for your time and we appreciate you tonight, and thank you so much for everything that you've shared with us.
Thank you, Carl. And thank you, Sasfata, for having me. And thank you, all the audience watching the live until now. I'm so grateful to be here today. And last, um, but not least, stay safe during the pandemic. And we will meet each other very soon. Thank you.
Again, on behalf of Sash Factory, we thank you, Sir Henry, for joining us today. And we wish everyone good night, take care, and God bless. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Goodbye.